I am here to discuss the logos from a lesser-known league. It's Major League Soccer. In the USA and Canada, we refer to football as soccer. Everywhere else around the world, it's football. Let's take a look at the logos, or emblems. The first team comes from Atlanta United. And it also says FC, which stands for Football Club, not SC, Soccer Club. That's interesting. Sort of a contradiction to what the league is named after. Next, we have CD Guadalajara. Guadalajara? That's from Mexico. There's really a team in Mexico? It's amazing. You can even see the Spanish superimposed here. On top, we see a knight's head wearing a red sock. Okay, he's positioned on top of a trophy. On the trophy, we see two lions scratching at a tree. I have no idea why. The next team, the Chicago Fire. Is this how you indicate fire? If you were not told the name that they are called fire, you would never associate it with fire. Chivas, USA. Guadalajara couldn't last there forever, so they moved to America. They got rid of the Spanish on their logo, but they kept the lions, the tree, the knight, the sock, and the trophy. Teams also exist in Canada. You could probably tell where this team plays. Toronto. Toronto FC. They couldn't think of an appropriate nickname, so instead, they're a football club. The Colorado Rapids. Their logo, or emblem, is displayed on a shield. Are there many shields in Colorado? Not that I'm aware. There might be cowboys. But rapid implies a fast-moving body of water. Here we see a mountain. That's not a rapid. However, we do see the number 96. That's probably when they became a football team. Columbus Crew, as in a motley crew? Take a look at this. SC, Soccer Club, not FC. Well. The Dallas Burn. We see a horse jumping up, spurting out fire. As far as I know, horses are incapable of doing that. Only dragons. This is not a dragon. Dallas, you got burned. DC United. District of Columbia. Rather than be called Washington, they instead go by their EE initials. District of Columbia. And they're united. FC Dallas, the football club from Dallas. They also have a number 96 and an image of a longhorn with a star on it. It's very common for Texan teams to either display a star or a picture of a bull. In this case, a longhorn. Houston Dynamo. There's a magician in England called that Dynamo. Is this team named after him? Or maybe it's named after dynamite. Either way, we see an exploding star with a soccer ball. The LA Galaxy. I first heard about them in 2006 when former footballer David Beckham signed on with them for a massive amount. Let's take a look at their logo. It says La Galaxy, French, but there's only an image of one star. A galaxy usually has billions upon billions of stars. That's billions with the B. If there's only one star, that means they're a solar system. Good job, guys. Los Angeles had another soccer team called the Los Angeles Football Club. Well, very basic. The Miami Fusion. You see here, energy being spurted out from a sun. And it says FC, to remind everyone, it's a football club, and not a soccer club. Montreal Impact. This is the only professional team I know that has French on its logo. Here it says "Tout pour gagner," which translates to "everything for winning." I like it. The New England Revolution. Similar to the New England Patriots and the New England Whalers, we're not entirely certain where this team plays, because New England consisted of 13 colonies. That could be any state. If I had to fathom a guess, I'd say Taxatucious. The New York Red Bulls, the most peculiar team in Major League Soccer. Why? They're named after a brand, an energy drink, Red Bull. Is this appropriate? I have to say no. Teams should not be named after products. That's bullshit, or in this case, red bullshit. The Orlando City Soccer Club. They have an image of a lion on a shield. Do lions live in Orlando? No. Mice do. So do ducks, and whatever Goofy is, Doug. Perhaps this is supposed to be Simba, but Simba looks really angry. The Philadelphia Union. We see here an image of a snake on a shield on a circle. They couldn't decide which one to go for, so they combined all of them. Underneath, we can see a baker's dozen stars. Why did they choose a snake? I don't know. The Portland Timbers. I once had a dog named Timber. He was a chocolate lab. This is not a chocolate lab. Instead, we see an axe, which is probably used to cutting down trees, which give us timber. In the background, we see, I don't know, telephone wires? Mountains? It's not clear. Real Salt Lake, as opposed to the fake Salt Lake. This one is wearing a crown. Curious. The USA is a republic, not a monarchy. Why would they have a crown? What are those Mormons up to? The Rochester Rhinos. Alliterations are not very common in sports anymore. Rochester managed to pull it off by depicting a rhinoceros dribbling a soccer ball. Kudos to them. The San Jose Quakes. Are they named after the video game? I never played that game. Or maybe it's a nod to earthquakes, since California has a notorious reputation for suffering from them. You can see on their logo, it says San Jose 1974. That's quite old for a soccer team, or football team. Seattle Sounders. I have a friend on Facebook who constantly posts about the Sounders' progress. That must mean he's a football fan, and he's also an NFL football fan. Most Seattle teams have an image of the Sky Needle in the background. The Sounders are no different. Sporting Kansas City. I should note that their nickname comes before the name of the city. They're not known as Kansas City Sporting, but rather Sporting Kansas City. That's kind of unique. But at the same time, I can't really make sense of this logo. What am I looking at? The Tampa Bay Mutiny. If you had to depict a rebellion, is that what you would choose? I would propose an image of the Bounty, the ship where the mutiny happened. Instead, we see a silhouette of some sort of creature that's unidentified. If I run the team, I would a mutiny. The last team, the Vancouver Whitecaps. I'm assuming it assumes to the top of the mountain where snow is found. But this is interesting because Vancouver, as we learned in the 2010 Winter Olympic Games, does not have snow. They had to import it. I wonder if this football club had to do the same thing. Isn't a whitecap